You don't notice it at first. It doesn't feel like control. It feels like confusion, like something inside you slowly going quiet. You start questioning your own thoughts, your own memory, even your own feelings. And the strangest part is, you don't know when it began. At first, it felt like connection. They understood you deeply. They noticed things others didn't. But over time, something shifted. Small comments, subtle corrections, little contradictions that didn't quite make sense. You're overthinking. That's not what happened. You're too sensitive. And slowly, you began to hesitate before speaking, before reacting, before trusting yourself. This is not random. This is a pattern. In psychology, this kind of experience often reflects a dynamic known as cognitive destabilization, a process where your internal sense of reality becomes less reliable. And when your internal compass weakens, you begin to rely on external direction. That's where control begins. Let's make something clear. This is not happening because you are weak. It's happening because your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Your mind is built for connection, for trust, for emotional synchronization. Humans are wired for social calibration. We adjust our thoughts and feelings based on those around us. It's how we survive in groups, how we build relationships, how we stay safe. So when someone consistently reshapes your perception, your brain doesn't resist, it adapts. You are not broken. You are responsive. To understand this, imagine your mind as a mirror room. Every thought you have reflects back to you, your beliefs, your memories, your emotions. Now imagine someone slowly, quietly adjusting the mirrors, just a few degrees at a time. At first, nothing seems wrong, but over time, your reflections start to distort. This is similar to what psychology calls gaslighting, but beneath that is something deeper: predictive processing. Your brain constantly predicts reality based on past experience. When someone repeatedly contradicts your experience, your brain faces a conflict. Two realities, both claiming to be true. To reduce this tension, what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, your brain begins to update its model. Not because the other person is right, but because consistency feels safer than chaos. And then something subtle happens. Your prefrontal cortex, responsible for reasoning, starts deferring. Your amygdala, which detects social threat, becomes more active. You begin prioritizing emotional safety over truth. You stop asking, "Is this real?" and start asking, "How do I keep the peace?" That's the moment control becomes internal. Breaking this pattern isn't about confrontation. It's about reclaiming perception. Here are 4 principles grounded in psychology. When something feels off, pause, not to react, but to label. This feels confusing. This contradicts what I remember. Labeling activates the left hemisphere of your brain, your language center. This reduces emotional flooding and brings clarity. You are not solving the problem yet. You are just seeing it. Your mind alone is not the battlefield. Write things down, document conversations, capture your experience. This is called cognitive offloading, moving thoughts out of your head into the external world. Why it matters? When memory is manipulated, external records become anchors. They remind your brain, "I am not imagining this." After prolonged confusion, your brain stops trusting its own signals, so you rebuild slowly. Start with small decisions. What do you feel? What do you think? This activates interoception, your ability to sense internal states. The more you practice this, the stronger your internal compass becomes. Narcissistic dynamics often create intermittent reinforcement, moments of warmth followed by withdrawal. This pattern is neurologically addictive. It spikes dopamine unpredictably. To break it, you don't fight the person, you reduce the dependency loop. Less validation seeking, less emotional exposure. Not as punishment, but as recalibration. All of this comes down to one simple mental model, the inner compass. Your mind has a compass. It points towards truth, towards consistency, towards self-trust. But in certain relationships, that compass gets magnetized by someone else. It starts pointing towards them, their opinions, their version of reality, their approval. Your job is not to destroy the magnet. Your job is to strengthen the compass. Because when the compass is strong, external forces lose their pull. You may not notice the moment control fades. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, in a pause before you doubt yourself, in a thought that you choose to trust, in a feeling that you no longer dismiss. And one day, you realize something subtle. The confusion is gone. Not because everything is clear, but because you no longer abandon yourself in the presence of uncertainty. And that is where your mind becomes yours again.